我们都看过很多关于海洋塑胶污染的报道。
We've all seen a lot of reports about plastic pollution in the ocean. But what about the creatures on land? Invisible microplastics in daily life. Will they pose a threat to our forests and wildlife? To find the answers, I brought my Greenpeace colleagues to investigate whether living creatures on land are affected by plastic.
这是简讯相机。
This is the text message camera. When it detects any movement, it will transmit videos to our phone. Then we can know if the yellow-throated mink has passed by. They sometimes excrete on the stairs. Their stools are usually long and thin, so we have to keep an eye open along the way.
This time, we need to collect a sufficient quantity of samples to make the statistics more reliable. During the process, we saw that there were many plastic products along the road. They look like they have been there for a long time, so it's very difficult to decompose on its own if people don't clear it away.
其实蛮常会看到他们会。
It's quite common to see them eating plastic products like this. To some extent, it's harmful to wild animals.
野生动物有造成危害。
因为像塑胶这个东西，它有
Because plastics like this could break down into smaller microplastics and float farther to other places. So to fix the problem from the roots, we still have to reduce its overall usage. When the amount of plastic we produce today is no longer the same as it is now, then the chances of it flowing into the environment will naturally be a lot less.
几率也会比较小。微塑胶的污染是看不见。
Micropollution is invisible. To investigate whether the stream environment is affected by microplastics, we went to Qijiawan Creek, the habitat of the Formosan landlocked salmon, with Professor He and her students from National Zhongxing University. We took samples of the water quality and the insects in the water.
You might think the environment here is well maintained, but in the past, when there was more activity at the campsite, there was a possibility that plastic waste could drift into the stream. We don't know, so we set up an upstream area where there isn't much human interference as a way to check the situation.
The garbage that you can see in the environment can also be taken away by kind-hearted mountaineers. But what about the microplastics that are too small to be seen and have entered the water and soil?
样本采集回来，
After the samples were collected, we went to the laboratory of Professor He at Zhongxing University to test them.
就看它是碎片，判读出这3个形态。
It is a pity that a high proportion of microplastics were found in the samples of the 6 species of conservation animals we surveyed this time, whether in their excretion or the water source of their habitat. This represents the ingestion of microplastics by Taiwan's protected wildlife. This means the ingestion of microplastics by Taiwan's protected wildlife is already a fact.